Yo, good morning, DMV. This is another episode of DMV News. I hope you got some kush at the crib, some cat in the bed, and some cash in your pocket. What more can be said? Shout out to everybody out there on those streets going to work. Shout out to those Amazon drivers. Yeah, y'all be stealing packages, but I sees you. Who else? UPS workers. I can't do that job. Shout out to them. But we got a good show. We got Mike from Chipchat, Pool from Explicit Intelligence, and the lovely Leslie Olabisi. Guys, we're talking about the Go-Go Museum backlash. We're talking about Commander's victory. Play nightclub shutting down. Government shutting down. And boy, Jay Jones, two gun un. And we gotta talk about what's going on in Greenbelt. That used to be my old hood. I'm your host, B Moore, aka Princess Zamunda. Ish Talk TV, DMV News. Leave us a like and a comment. It's free 99. And don't forget, you may need us, but we don't need you. Shout out to the Commanders, y'all. Y'all got y'all win.
Ooh, this second half run already with the bye, we needed it.
But then we come up on a pretty tough bit of schedule. So I'm happy that Jaden's back. I think that we all are still feeling the echoes of RG3. So anytime we have a QB who takes a little bit of damage, I think we've learned our lesson, especially when you've got another Heisman level QB as your backup. Go ahead and let Mariota do the job for a little bit until we can make sure JD5 is 100%,
My gosh, when he ran that against the Chargers, I was like, come, God damn it, stop it.
I get so nervous every time he takes off. I'm like, oh, he did put on some size, though, like from last year into this year, which is good. Yeah. I would like to see him get a little bigger, but I think, he's young. It'll come.
Yeah.
And I wish that I wish Eckler wasn't hurt, and the bye is very helpful in terms of maybe getting McLaurin back. So that would make things a lot. I mean, Bill is fantastic. I love Bill.
I love that dude, man. He gets it in.
Yeah, he is a yards machine.
They snatched him up on the fantasy waiver wire. I was like, God, as soon as I open the app, he's completely gone.
Yeah, I mean, he's good for 100 yards a game, easy now.
Yes, with a touchdown.
Yeah.
Or two,
right. And just imagine once he gets a little more of that playbook under him and a little more experience, the way he gets when he's downhill, he is hard to stop, and he really has he's very patient, which I love to see in a big back, who waits, looks for that opening, he doesn't try to push it where there isn't. So yeah, I love everything about him.
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Do they show Daniel's mother on the sideline or something? Do they show her a lot?
Well,
I didn't see too many glimpses.
Yeah, they did this time because he's from LA, and so his family was all there. They got a box for him and all that stuff. So he said his mom was inviting literally everybody she knew to come to the box and hang out. So yeah, we did get to see her a fair amount.
All right, who y'all play next?
Bye.
Dallas after the bye, though.
I know, but
yeah, Dallas.
Oh, we kicking their ass.
Yeah, this is a good time to play Dallas. They're looking a shadow right now. Pickens still with the injury, and Dak is just at prime Dak right now. He's either doing the job and being tremendous, pulling out that win last week or 2 weeks ago, or he's just throwing the ball exclusively to the other team. So, I mean, Dak is going to Dak. I don't know what to tell you about it. And their defense looks like Swiss cheese without the threat of Parsons. They're just absolutely nothing.
INT Dak is the Dak I like.
Yeah, that's my favorite Dak. I see him more often than touchdown Dak. So,
no, man. Yes.
All right. Well, shout out to the Commanders. I can't say foot or ball because my team's a Ravens, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it DC because that's where the support is. That's where you gotta, and the stadium's gonna be there. So It's all about DC. It's all about community. It's all about one DC. Now we talked about the Go-Go Museum. They be taking
I
they
like
be
the
taking the
way
shots.
I like the way you really I gotta give it to you. You definitely know how to edit so that people click and watch this video. Okay, I'm trying to keep it concise. I wanted to stay focused on my response. Okay, one of the things I'm hearing is that we hating because we criticizing, but everybody's ignoring all of the promotion and praise that I gave about this space ever since, and I posted the video uncut, the first half. I also posted a video for people who cannot take any type of criticism, and I edited it so that it's nothing but positive things in the video. Guess how many views that got? Guess how much engagement that got? When I did a whole episode, I went to the 2024 GoGo Awards, made 2 episodes, audio and video, put it on the Let's Rock podcast. Told one of the women of GoGo and Mikey had a whole talk about it. Guess how much engagement that got? Still put it out. Went to the opening of the museum, made a video, put it on 3 platforms, sent it in text, DMs, and phone conversations, and told people they should go check out the GoGo Museum. It's nice. I only had 1 criticism, and I had 30 compliments. 30 compliments, 1 criticism. Has anybody said anything? Hey, Leslie, thanks for covering it. Hey, oh yeah, you haven't. No, it's all you're gonna do is hate. What do you do to support? So you can Google me and see how I support people. Okay, that's one. All right, Miss, who am I? Where did I come from? Am I from DC? Do I even live here? I'm probably from Maryland. Do I even live in DC? I'm not gonna say names, but what I did was I went on Instagram to some of our most popular go-go figures and bands to see if any of them talked about this fundraiser, ever talked about the museum, ever made a post, ever made a video. There's nothing there. Whereas on our platforms, you see it several times. You see several of our conversations where we have used quotes talking about the Trump takeover, where we use Ron Moten. So the evidence speaks for itself. People reached out to me and told me that they're just messy and that's what they do, and sent me screenshots of how they just be going in the comments of other people's video, and something will be a compliment for one person and then they come in there and it just goes all the way to the left. And so I said, okay, woosah, get over it. It's DMV news. You're in DC. You went on live television asking for $500,000. You said, please help. If it's $1, if it's 1,000, please help. And then most people are like, damn, didn't they just open in February? And so that's why people are talking. I saw the video, I read the comments, and my mouth dropped. Wow, this is what people are saying about this guy. And so I brought it to everybody to talk about it. I'm not hiding behind my phone on Instagram. I offered all of them an opportunity to come on the show. Nobody wants to come. They want to live in the comments. So, the end. You're welcome.
Cool. You have something you wanna?
No, I ain't got nothing to say.
You ain't catch any. You ain't catch any heat.
Nah, I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't. I don't.
Somebody.
I know
Go ahead.
I know the rules to the game. The rules to the game is
Don't read the comment.
Don't read the comment. That's number 1 rule.
that's number 1. And number two is we're here to spark the conversation. We did our job.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or you love it or you hate it, you're talking about it. So you get something out of it.
So you're welcome.
We did our job. Yeah, we did our job.
How many people in there was like, I didn't even know that there was a go-go museum?
Right. Yeah. A couple people.
Now you got visitors, Ron. Embrace them. Don't push them away.
And charge them.
Yeah, and ask for donations.
All right. So make sure you go to the Go-Go Museum.
Make sure you go to the Go-Go Museum located on Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue in Southeast, right next door to WEAC Radio, at the corner of Good Hope Road, which is now Marion Berry Avenue, I think.
Yes. Yes.
They are open 5 or 6 days a week per Ron on his video, but I went to the website. It says they're open Tuesday to Sunday.
Got you. And for the Juneteenth event, they're gonna have Mike from Chipchat. He's gonna do a stand up there. So make sure you
Stuff.
so everything is
I'm the lead talker for my band, the Chip in the Chats.
the Chips. What instruments, man? What instruments you got? Boom.
I play keys. You know, I'm not one for the percussion. I'm a melody guy.
Okay.
Accompaniment.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually do play keys, but I'm a little surprised that if they need money, why don't they do what they always did when they need money for, like, you know, other go-go's that like throw a concert? That's how you raise money.
That's what they did last weekend.
Did they
Last
raise enough
Saturday.
money?
I don't know. There's no clarity, and that's how the conversation started in the first place. There's no transparency. Hopefully they did. Prayerfully, I hope they raised everything that they needed to raise, but we'll never know.
These
Have
Bama's
people
been
never heard of a rent party? I mean, do they not know?
yeah, right.
I mean,
These
So you
Bama's
think they supposed to go around with a coffee can and start shaking it and go around
Yes.
asking people? Okay.
I have been at Fort DuPont Park for a show, which was, several of them that are exactly that. Yes, we have something that we need to raise money for. How are we going to do it? We're going to put on a show, and while the band is playing, we're going to go ask for money. Yes.
Well,
see Ron smack.
well,
Ron.
we do have Chitlins Circuit News, so we might as well just do
Chitlin
something
News
for-
Network. That's how we get down.
See it.
Really?
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna 20-foot pole. Not touching that one.
Yeah.
Yo, it's DMV News, Be More, aka Princess of the Moon. There we got Mike from Chip Chat, and we got Cool from Explicit Intelligence, and Leslie Olabisi. That's not our first legal threat, but we're gonna move on with that.
Another one.
Another one. Oh yeah. No new friends. But let's get
Mind
to
you, he's going after the girl. It's 100
Mm.
men in the comments calling him everything but the child of God, and it's the girl that he wants to sue for slander.
Well, you
Also,
the
he's a
content
public
creator.
figure. He can't sue
Yeah.
you for that.
we're piece of
What'd you
holics,
say?
man. We're piece of holics.
He's a public figure. He can't sue you for saying things unless he can prove it's defamatory and incorrect, and that you did it with intention of malice.
Well, she did say that she said people said that he went to jail for embezzlement, and someone in the comments said that that's not true. I didn't care enough to look it up.
Go look at him. Me neither.
So
if
I
he's going
just
to sue,
assumed.
then it's going to be on him to prove that that's A, not true, and B, that she said it with intention to harm.
Okay.
And
But
you can't prove either.
I didn't say it.
Right.
Okay.
So he doesn't have.
Brigitte
I said,
Macron.
what I said was, what do you think about how people say? That's
Okay.
what I said.
I think
All right.
you're crystal
good.
clear.
Let's-
I think you're good.
I'm good, Chip.
Yep.
Chip Chat
Chip
legal
from
advice.
Chip from Chit Chat said I'm good. Chip Chat.
Chip
Chip
Chat.
from Chip Chat said I'm good.
Dang,
so.
you just threw him under the bus just in
It's-
case.
The
Hey, you
law-
don't know shit about
The law
shit.
offices of Chip
The
Chip
law
and Chat.
offices of
All
Chip,
right.
Chip, and Chat.
As
I'm
long
gonna
as the
get you
First
in the
Amendment's
comments
still
section.
standing, she's all right. But that's a little shaky these days.
All right, let's get to Trump crime stats. So basically, it came out that it didn't really work out. I mean, it didn't really help nothing. Crime was already going down, which people already knew. But of course, Trump is saying there's a victory, and then he used that to go on to other places, and he's getting it popping right now in Chicago. But one of the people
Literally.
that supported it, the Trump takeover, you didn't support the way he did it, but I think you kind of felt that it kind of put people in check. Is that right, Cool?
Yeah, I mean, I was for it. I'm still for it. But actually, what I after long thought, just sitting there thinking, I'm like, hey, you know what? If I was Trump with the backlash he got for it, I'd have been like, you know what? Get him out of here. I don't care. Let Bowser work with it. Let Bowser do it. Whatever she wants, she get. I'm out because I don't want the backlash no more. I would have pulled out, for lack of a better term.
It depends who the backlash is coming from, though, because if people like let's say, the people on this show or probably most of our audience are upset, he considers that a win. You know, they are motivated by how angry they can make certain groups of people. And that's what he's doing. That's why he went to Chicago. That's specifically what he's doing there in Chicago. That's why they busted up that one particular apartment building and arrested all the children in there, because they're trying to traumatize a certain group of people, certain groups of people, and they're trying to provoke a reaction. That's a really critical thing that they're trying to do.
What's the reaction?
They got a little bit of it in Chicago. They want, but see, they can't keep their story straight. What they want is for the people who they're attacking to fight back. And then they can, one of them can get killed, and they can point at it and say, "Oh, look, this is what's the matter with these violent cities and stuff." You know, in Chicago, they shot the guy who was driving away. They lied about it, said that the ICE guys got dragged. They didn't get dragged. Turns out all the footage came out, proved that they were fine. Told the responding officers they were fine. They claimed they shot a lady in Chicago, claimed it was defensive, claimed that they were getting rammed by 10 cars. Then they backed off their own story, said that they only got rammed by 2 cars. Now camera footage is coming out showing they didn't get touched at all. They are tear gassing the cops in these cities for responding and showing up when people call 911 after they're getting attacked by unidentified masked people who might be a criminal gang. It's hard to know. It's what they're claiming that Portland is burning down. Quite a lot of people have made a point of like just walking around live streaming Portland, which is very definitely not on fire. And, you know, the protests, if you can even call them that, are a few dozen people outside of one particular building standing around singing. It reminds me very much of in 2020 when I was downtown at the protests and people I knew who aren't from here were telling me that DC was dangerous and that it was on fire and that the protests were violent. And I was like, I don't know what you're watching, but I was there and I don't see any of this. I mean, it's totally divorced from reality. I think that was the quote that the judge used, that it was untethered from reality. I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, sure, of course, the crime in DC is continuing to go down because crime is usually a symptom of poverty. That's really what you're dealing with, right? So try to rush resources and help the people get schools, libraries, community opportunities.
Also, it didn't really help with the ICE.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you supported ICE, baby? But yeah, so did you have any, did your thoughts change on this? When it comes to the ICE and how they carry things?
Nope. Do your thing, bro. You illegal, you got to go. The legal immigrants got to go. Gotta go. And then from what I heard, they giving out cash for going. Go get that bread, bro.
Mike,
where are you hearing that? Because they're also arresting American citizens. They're taking parents away from their children. They deported 70 some odd children to Guatemala who've never been to Guatemala. They're trying to send people from El Salvador to Uganda. Yeah, I don't.
They're illegal.
Many of them have status or had status and lost it. This is a thing where like people.
We talked about the teacher and what's his name? I forgot his name. But Les, go ahead. Go ahead. You know, let Les get it.
My thoughts on ICE. Yeah, I feel like that's one where I don't really have a lot to say per usual. I mean, like unlike usual,
It's because you're illegal?
Above my pay grade. I don't have a solution for that. I don't know what to do. All I know is I can't even go to Nigeria without a passport, without a visa, without a something. I know that when I got a visa last year to go for my grandmother's funeral, rest in peace, grandma. I had to prove that I had myself in that country. I had to show a copy of my bank account. That's all I know. So I don't know why anybody thinks that they have a right to just go to another country and then just start soaking up all of the resources. But again, I feel like anything I say is going to be extremely offensive to anybody who has family members or whatever that didn't come through like, the proper channels. All I know is my mother came. She was a student. She married American. She got naturalized in 1998. So I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell them. All I can
Mahershala,
say, the one, I did hear about them deport. Look, I said I didn't have much to
look
say,
just
and here
like
I
him.
go. I did hear that. I did read about citizens actually getting accidentally deported. I do remember, and I thought I sent this to y'all when they were having a vote to pass a law so that American citizens couldn't get deported, and it didn't pass or something like that. I can't remember what the technical uh, uh, verbiage was. It was a bill that was in, and were being sent to a country that's not their actual nationality or ethnic national background. So those things, that's when we go too far. And that's what I noticed about humans. We kind of like, people overcorrect instead of just dealing with the problem at hand. There's like this, somehow people just kind of jump over the middle ground and then do ridiculous things, and I don't get that.
Mahershala Ali. You look
The-
like Mahershala Ali.
Clear,
Ian Roberts.
Ian Roberts. Yeah, he's from
Yeah.
Guyana. So to clear up a couple
Oh.
of things, number one, American citizens cannot be deported. We don't have anywhere to be deported to. There's no place that that we
know that.
belong to anywhere else. You can't revoke anybody's citizenship once they've attained it. There's no constitutional process for that. 14th Amendment says that everybody born here is entitled to their citizenship. Regarding student visas and stuff, it's interesting that you brought that up. We were talking to a guy. His name is Jack. He's from Togo, and he's a whiskey expert. But we had him on to talk about whiskey, and it turns out he also knew an awful lot about immigration and stuff, having gone through that process. But a lot of people who come here on a student visa then get a job to support themselves and have enough money to eat and all of that stuff. If you do that, you can lose your status as being here legally. Even if you're still going to school, if you work more than 20 hours, you will lose status as being here legally. You're working without a work visa. So, that's the case. That's the sort of thing where people are like, here legally,
I
something.
don't think that that's what I'm talking about, though.
Well,
And
but
I'm talking
that's
about I'm talking about mistakes. I'm not talking about changes of status. More like
Yeah.
mistakes. Like
Mistakes do
like
happen.
if you say
100%.
it's the mistakes that's why we know that Americans can't legally be deported, or citizens can't legally be deported. But if you were naturalized or you went through a process or you have
Right.
legal standing and your stuff is legit, but whatever's not updated or whatever version that somebody has or whatever the case may be, and then you get swooped up and then you don't get to have any communication and you're carted off along with everybody else who doesn't have standing. That's what I think people are talking about.
That's certainly
Not
one of
just
the
like
things.
people.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that those are the same thing. Yes, people who have status, whether that's attained through naturalization or they were born here or whatever, who have been swept up in these raids and deported or detained or arrested or various other things that are not legal to have happen. Some of them have managed to get out. Others are still completely disappeared as far as their family and friends, relatives know. So we don't know what's going on. I'm not willing to buy the accident or mistake aspect of that currently. I do believe that certainly somebody who's, I know somebody personally, let's just say without giving too many details, who is a U.S. citizen, who had papers, who had everything in place. He was at work. He got snatched up by the ICE, who was raiding just everybody around who looked Spanish, and taken away for 3 days and could not contact his family, never got access to a lawyer, never got access to his paperwork, despite the fact that he had it. By the time his family made enough phone calls and finally found out where he was located, which was not in the state that he was originally picked up in, and showed up there with his passport and said, "Let my dad out," Then the guards went and got him and like, oh, you're not supposed to be here. And that doesn't make any sense because, of course, they had every ability to run his information and prove that he was not supposed to be there. And they chose not to do that. So it is a directly.
So
They meet. Well, here's the funny thing: you can't sue because of a thing called qualified immunity. As long as they're doing something in commission of their official duties, you can't sue, even if they made a mistake.
Shit,
That
so
like
is
you
why.
just like you can sue the pharmaceutical companies for these bootleg ass vaccines that they giving out.
There are certain things that you can't sue about in terms of pharmaceuticals as well. Yes,
Right.
but specifically, government entities that are doing things, you can't sue them if they get it wrong and fuck up your life. So,
since January, at least 15 American citizens have been apprehended by ICE, with some being swept away by mass agents and detained for hours, according to a September analysis by the New York Times. This figure represents a small fraction of overall detentions, though the exact number is difficult to determine since the government does not release data on such encounters. DHS described this report as false and misleading. We have said it a million times. ICE does not arrest or deport U.S. citizens, Assistant DHS Secretary McLaughlin said in a statement. Any U.S. citizen arrested are because of obstructing or assaulting law enforcement. So perhaps
who lying?
Perhaps why some people are getting
Christian
arrested.
McLaughlin is one
but
of my favorite new characters in this version of the Trump world because her ability to just spin bullshit rivals that of anybody else in the Trump world. It is incredible how easily she just says no, that didn't happen when like things are on video or people absolutely had it happen to them. So yeah,
my man Bad Bunny better watch out.
Yeah.
But have y'all heard that? Have y'all heard that construction like in DC is like gone down because a lot of people are scared to go into DC because they might get picked up? Like that's crazy.
It's not just in DC; it's all over the country.
Right,
Farmers are reporting major labor shortages. They're not.
So then people need to start paying a good wage and hire the people that live here. How about that?
Yeah. I think that's one of the things Trump
and the people who live here will work.
But what about the shutdown? That's still shaky too. Let's get to that.
Let's get into the shutdown. At this point, this is becoming like something that's almost expected, whereas it used to happen every once in a blue moon. Am I tripping or what?
You are not tripping.
So the Senate again shot down dueling bills authored by Republicans and Democrats. There's still no surefire end in sight to this fiscal crisis, which has shuttered a swath of federal agencies and services across the country. Pay has been suspended for roughly 2 million federal workers. My heart goes out to you all. And about 750,000 workers remain on furlough following the October 1 funding lapse. Other workers considered essential to public safety and national security, such as troops and air traffic control workers, are still required to work without pay. And I will also note that because the day before I had Fox News on for about 48 hours straight, and somebody came on and said this is not going to affect all of the programs that have already been funded or they're already currently operated. So like your Medicaid and your stuff like that, that's already funded, like it's already in its cycle. That's not going to change. It's for things that haven't. It's for Chip, go ahead and finish.
Yeah, so things that are what's called mandatory spending, that's Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, certain other things like that, they'll continue on. They don't require an appropriation from Congress. It's all the things that required an appropriation from Congress, which all of them lapsed, with one exception. They did get a ledge approps through, which means that Congress has funded itself to run. So
they won't work for free, but they want you to work for free.
Yeah, Congress, their staff, and the congressional agencies like CBO and GAO are operating, which is actually probably a good thing in this case because they're the ones who are going to have to actually sort out what's going on with the shutdown.
No, it's their fault. That's despicable. You didn't do your job, and now you're going to get paid when nobody else is getting paid to do the job that you should have did.
Well, that's taken two interesting wrinkles in the last 48 hours or so. You may remember the last time we had a major shutdown like this. It was also when Trump was president and the Republicans controlled everything, and it was in 2019. After that, or 2018 into 19, was 35 days long, set the record for the longest shutdown in history. After that, Congress did pass a law in 2019 guaranteeing federal workers back pay after a shutdown once the government was reopened. So that's been sort of understood to be the case, which is why everybody, like the air traffic controllers, are still showing up to work. Then today, Russ Vought and OMB and the president himself said that they're going to actually not pay them back. And they don't think that the law requires them to do that, even though it very explicitly does say that they get paid, because they are going to try to say that nah, they don't have any like legal reasoning for this. They just want to say that they're not going to do it. And so that's a big problem, especially because you've got a lot of active duty troops. They're not getting paid, right now. As you mentioned, air traffic controllers, the TSA, the people who are responsible. If there's a hurricane, FEMA's not getting paid. FEMA will have no response, no ability to respond. The Federal Forest Service that manages all the forest fires and all of that can't respond. They can't operate. So it's a big problem. Home sales are completely paused in every place that requires flood insurance, because flood insurance goes through FEMA. If your lender requires flood insurance and FEMA's not operating, guess what's not happening? You're not getting that loan, and that house isn't moving or changing hands. Farmers, they have their federal crop insurance and all of that support that goes through USDA. That's all stopped dead in the water, so they're not able to operate. This administration has been incredibly hostile to farmers in terms of raising their input costs on materials with the tariffs. They're taking away all their labor by trying to threaten to deport everybody. And then they're causing
certain companies Trump was cool with, and they allowed them to have their little illegal label laborers there.
He tried to do that with some of the farmers, but the fact of the matter is that there's produce that's not getting picked, and then the places that they sell to have reciprocal tariffs now on us, and so they're not able to buy. And then in the midst of that, like the soybean farmers, they mostly sell their stuff to China. China's not buying any soy from the United States right now because of the tariffs, so they went to go buy it from Argentina. Argentina went broke. Trump gave Argentina $20 billion and did not
pissed them off. Yeah, pissed off the farmers.
Yeah, so there's all of that kind of rolling around, and what is the thing that's behind this shutdown is this really crazy thing, is that the Democrats found an issue that actually matters to people who vote in Republican districts, which is healthcare. And if the quote unquote clean CR goes through, it's going to strip healthcare away from 20 million people. And a lot of those people are Republican voters. And so they figured out this is a good hill to fight on.
Right.
And then, the Republicans' response has been basically to lie about it. They're saying that the Democrats want to give illegal immigrants.
Right. Yeah. It always goes back to the immigrants.
So that's what I cannot for the 2 days. And a lot of it, I was actually sleeping while the TV was on. But I was listening to them go back and forth from press conference from one side to the other side. They both are saying that the other one is lying, but I don't have the proof for either. How do we know what's true or not?
Well, here we can clear some of this up right now. People who are in the country illegally or without status forever, whatever the cause is, are ineligible for Medicaid, Medicare, Obamacare, or any other federal programs. They cannot access that at all, never have been able to, and none of the bills that the Democrats have offered give them that opportunity to do so. So that's a lie. When Mike Johnson says that that's what's happening, that's a lie.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so to that point, I hear what you're saying, but it sounds very much if everything is on the up and up and we are the language being used is actually accurate. For instance, when you know that there are a lot of people here with fake social security numbers and that's how they're accessing these different programs, and then if I know, then the Congress knows. I'm not any more well-versed in there. So then if there are loopholes in ways that people are able to not get that double down, like I have received government benefits before, and they get all up in your business.
They
But
do.
then sometimes there's times where there have been loopholes, or if there's the pandemic, then they loosen up their oversight. So is
Yeah.
it possible that once we hear this come out of their mouths, they summarize it as you're giving healthcare to everybody, because what you're really saying is that you don't have any strict oversight over the program, and so anybody can get it?
That's a very good question. So the long answer, well, the short answer is what you experienced when they vetted you for your benefits is what most people experience. And people with fake social security numbers, they probably don't have all of the other things that would have to be verified and proven. I'm sure
But
there's
the
a
social
handful.
security is the hardest. Everything else, literally, you could just, if you wanted, you could just make up.
Yeah, you can get a tax ID number and all of that stuff. The problem is that especially after what Elon did, they sort of cross-reference all these databases. So, and certain agencies are a little more stringent than others. I would mention that Medicare in particular is incredibly difficult to fake your way through.
I would
Oh,
agree.
oh,
I-
wait,
I've
wait.
done.
I want to get to that.
Okay.
What, Medicare?
Now I want to get to Trump supporters right now.
Okay.
So
Well, then let's go on to Trump.
Well, if I
No.
could just if I just wanted like to finish what the other problem the Democrats have is that there's no trust. So even if they say, all right, fine, we'll give you a clean CR, you can strip these people of their health insurance and suffer at the polls later for it. There's nothing to say that 2 weeks later the Republicans won't just change the rules of the game and either rescind the money they agreed to do or not hold the votes that they agreed to do, because they've already done that several times in the last 8 months. So I wouldn't make a deal with somebody who I think is going to turn around and change the rules of the game 5 minutes from then. And I don't see why anybody else should either.
it was already
Right.
gonna get fucked up anyway. Shit is gonna get bad. So it's just depending on when the Democrats want to do something, it's still gonna get fucked up. Cool. I was gonna ask, so on the PG side, is there any like are you're part of the government, right?
Yeah, they already discussing if it goes past 30-day mark, they're gonna start either looking into it or making decisions then, or definitely contemplating the decision process.
What are you
So
talking
they,
about?
I
Laying people off.
yeah,
Okay.
So I think
yeah, they,
you might want to have to get into the drug business, man. You know, get some coke or something, give it to these airline what's the airline people called?
Flight crews?
Stewardess.
like
No, the people,
flight crew,
no, the people that they be on the towers and shit.
Oh,
Air traffic
air
control.
traffic
Yeah,
control.
give them some coke.
Yeah,
Give them some
What
coke.
are they
They
ATC.
doing
stay
already? They already
and let them stay up all night.
allegedly.
Because have y'all seen that video? Cool. I'm not. If can you cue it up
I
of
think you
the
could
lady
share
in
it, bro.
BWI? She was going off. So I think we need more. This government shutdown is messing with everybody. Cool. You got
People
it?
are uncomfortable. People are
Let me
afraid.
pull it up.
Huh?
Yeah,
This is
I think
now
I got
the
it, bro. I gotta
time
pull it up.
where I think entrepreneurs and self-employed people and hustlers who have, always kind of been hustling from day to day to drum up work, they're not freaking out as much because it's a position where we kind of already live in.
Hmm.
It's whereas salaried people who are used to getting that every single 14 days like clockwork.
So I'm
There's
like,
no
how in the
sound
hell
to it.
you still gonna fly and ain't nobody watching the sky? But this lady was going off because she was waiting for her daughter in the back to get past. Have you ever been in this type of
Can you share the
situation?
screen? Or
Yeah, can
maybe I
you?
can print it.
Yeah, I tried to hit share. It said the host isn't allowing sharing.
You caught
I got
blocking the
it.
Okay.
screen share, bro. Uh, So what happened now? Cool.
She looked like she kirking out. I can't play I
But
can't
what's
hear the
happening in the
music.
video though?
I see homegirl, black homegirl look like she look funny as shit, but she look like I bust your motherfucking ass, boy. If you
That's
touch me
all I
one more
hear.
time, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. And if he want to do something, he can
Nobody's even
do it.
saying
I'm gonna
anything.
fuck both of y'all up. And this girl came over here, she sat in my seat, and you came over here in her shit. I want both of y'all to say something. Say
And
something.
somebody's like, "Oh my
Say
God, just
something.
let us
Why don't
go."
you just go ahead and leave? I'ma stay
Uh,
right here. Fuck that shit.
Be more. You asked him to pull this video. You don't know what it is. What are we
real
looking at?
real quickly, have you guys ever had a situation on the airplane like that?
Like,
Inconsiderate people. Real quick.
I used to fly a lot for work, and I don't think I've ever really seen anybody lose their mind on the plane like that. I've seen like kids kind of like running around and being, a problem, and parents
being
clearly being
kids.
stressed,
Yeah, I never
dealing with
had that.
that. But no, I haven't. I've never seen anybody lose their shit like that.
Thank God I ain't experienced no shit like that. I've been like, hey, look, sit your ass down or something. God damn, we trying to get off. Fuck.
Right.
Jeez.
Inconsiderate people. Leslie, you, airport?
I don't know what's happening, but I
No, I'm
don't think
asking
I've
you,
been
like, have
the
you
same with anybody.
like you've been flying, like you're, like have you ever been to a situation like that of inconsiderate people, like
Where they're
assholes?
yelling and carrying on and holding up
Yeah.
everybody or something like. I don't think so. Shit, I might have been the inconsiderate person for
Oh,
real.
uh-oh, you
I'm
was
trying to think.
uh-oh.
I know when I was in my 20s, I used to be so angry when I traveled because I hated this process of security, the taking off the shoes, the extra. I could not stand it, and I definitely used to get
Man,
have a
what?
smart mouth with those TSA people. I know that for a fact. And
It's
even
the best
sometimes
time to
the flight
fly.
attendants, I would have issues with them with the seat back and the wherever you can have something in your lap. And it's like, okay, I'm holding it in my hand. And you're like, it still needs to go under. Like, what the fuck is the. I used to, but I never held anybody up. But I'm sure I probably got on people's nerves.
And
How
that
dare
was
people? How
and that
dare
was
people
spirit.
get on people for wearing flip flops to the airport? I do it all the time. I love it.
Yeah,
It's easy.
especially since I've had so much experience with it. The second you know that those TSA guys are getting paid like $16 an hour, he's like, all right, let me take it easy on you guys.
Well,
but
I
Right,
matured. It
right,
was, it was in my
right.
20s. So, I matured. And now I just be like, wherever I'm going, I'm happy that I'm going. So I'm just bringing that joy with me. And I just basically psych myself out of enjoying going through security. So I might
I
be
like
singing, I'm smiling, I'm speaking to everybody. And
be
it's
joning
just,
on people.
you
it's
get
like
you
the
get
complete
paid 16
opposite.
bucks an hour to feel other people's balls is not a great job.
Right, right. I'll be like, go slow.
Hey,
Speak for
buy me
yourself.
dinner
I worked
first.
as security.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Speak for yourself. I worked as security, patting down
Top
guys
flight.
at the
You had to touch
at
it.
the strip club over there at Sensationals on
You had to touch it.
Orlando 7 Road back in the day.
She had to touch it, bang it, bang,
All
watch
right,
it.
so
I
let's go over the bridge. Let's go to VA. Um,
I know where
there's
this
this
is
race
going.
going on for AG, and we got the Democrat Jay Jones, young dude, 36. And this is what it comes to. I want to ask y'all, this is deeper than rap. Like your past comments come back to haunt you. Do you deserve to get a job if they, if they look back in what you said?
That's why I ain't running for no office, because I know they'd be like, hey, look what this Bama said 6 years ago in the motherfucking shit. I'd be like, dang, yeah, I said that.
I did say
I
that.
can't, I said that.
I
I'll
did say
stand
fuck
on it.
those kids.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Cool, we can't have you here.
yeah.
But Leslie, go
That's why
ahead.
I never run.
we want to go
We're gonna
on
go to the AG.
to okay.
I know where you wanna leave me.
Okay, which story is the AG? Because I don't see. Is it
Jay
Jakara? Is
Johnson.
it the Virginia?
Yeah, J.
Virginia.
Jones, double J.
Two
Oh,
gun,
is that
Jay.
the name? Oh, I do see it now. Oh, he's a nominee. That's why. Jay Jones cancels Virginia fundraiser amid two bullets backlash. Jay Jones, the Democratic nominee for Attorney General in Virginia, has canceled a Thursday night fundraiser at the home of novelist David Baldacci, according to a person with the matter.
Big money.
Jay Jones once allegedly suggested that if more police officers were killed, they would shoot fewer people, a former colleague in the state legislature said. Does that align with logic? What do y'all think about that? I mean, not whether he said it
said
or
a
not,
lot more
but
stuff too.
Yeah.
Is that a logical
No.
statement? I'm just curious.
No, it's stupid as hell. It's stupid.
No.
He giving me confidence to run. Maybe I should go to Virginia and run. Shit, they saying shit like that.
Well, as anybody can run for office in Virginia, and apparently Ward 8. I digress. Republican delegate Carrie Coyner told Virginia Scope on Monday that during a 2020 conversation about qualified immunity, she told Jones that without the legal protection, police officers would get killed, the New York Post reported. Well, maybe if a few of them died, that they would move on, not shooting people, not killing people, Jones responded, according to Coyner. Senator Tim Kaine, Democrat out of Virginia, was also scheduled to attend the Thursday night fundraiser. Kaine told reporters on Tuesday that he is still a supporter while calling Jones' comments indefensible. He also noted that Jay has apologized. Because basically, it doesn't matter what you say as a politician, it just doesn't matter.
So basically,
he said some more stuff too, and it's in text messages, which is another thing. It's like, guys, if you're gonna say something ridiculous, don't do it in a recordable fashion. And
you say he said something in text messages?
He was texting to a Republican back when he was in the Virginia General Assembly. He was texting to a Republican colleague about the Speaker of the House at the time, whose name is Gilbert, and he said that if Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot were together and he had 2 bullets, Gilbert would get both of them every time.
He ain't even thinking about the other Bammers. He going straight for Gil.
And that is an incredible thing to say, but an incredible thing to say to an opponent, like to somebody on the other side in a way that they can screenshot it and ruin your entire career.
My man said, yeah, chook up.
Just the lack of judgment.
I'm not a fan of getting information about people's thoughts, like private conversations. I don't really want to know those things about people. You know what I mean?
Man, it's a dirty game right now. It's politics.
No, I'm saying for anybody, when we're kind of when people's careers are being ruined. Like, for instance, if we didn't know that he made that comment, then his career would go on. So why does the fact that that's how he feels stop him from being able to run for whatever it is that he wanted to run at the time?
Well, that's not the thing. It's the lack of judgment. To me
that he put it in writing.
Yeah. It's like if you're that dumb to do something like that, what else are you gonna fuck up? And like when I was I was working at one of the complexes that I was working at, and we had these young kids who kept breaking into vacant units to go park.
I used to do that.
Yeah. Okay, maybe a lot of us did. So they would break into the units and smoke and then leave, or they would whatever. But they would kind of make a mess, and I caught.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, I caught the one of them who was the ringleader, and I was like, "Look, I'm disappointed in you for being bad at this. If you're gonna do stuff like this, don't leave any fucking evidence. Clean up behind yourself, so you're likely to get away with it. If you keep fucking it up, people are gonna come after you. Give them a reason. Don't give us a reason.
And then make you pay for it. They're gonna make you pay. Instead of just letting you slide.
Be clandestine about it, right? So here's Jay being a remarkable lack of judgment in how he's conducting himself, even if the problem isn't really that. It's that he's got these reprehensible thoughts. It's like, why would you publish that shit? And a text message is publishing.
Right. Knowing who you are. Knowing who you are.
Come on, guy.
36 years old. So
yeah. But who was it that had the mic about cutting the balls off? Was that Obama or Biden?
I think Obama.
Damn, what? I could believe it.
Or was that
Or is somebody talking about Obama?
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
career.
Jesse Jackson. Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse Jackson talking
Um,
about Obama.
but do you guys think
What?
that do you guys think that he should drop out?
He can't now.
Nah, he can't. He too
He
far
can't.
gone.
I mean, you
He
can't.
gotta lose.
There, you can't replace him on the ballot. And this is a very difficult problem.
If
He's
you
a
could do it for president, why you can't do it for attorney
yeah.
general?
Virginia's a little
Oh, good
different
point.
with that, and the timeline is so short. I mean, we're really up
Yeah,
against
4
we're a month
weeks.
away.
That
Yeah.
was the excuse that we got for the Democrat selection,
107
not
days.
election.
I think. I mean, Jay was already a bad candidate. He's kind of he doesn't have a record as a prosecutor. And look, we on this show know that the attorney general's not their primary job isn't prosecution, it's more policy and all of that kind of stuff. But I think that the average voter probably doesn't know that. It's portrayed as being the state's top cop, and he doesn't have a background as a prosecutor. He has a background as an elected representative, and and barely a lawyer before that.
So what is he? Wait, what's all the things that he's been before?
He was
For the
a lawyer
people?
in private practice, and then he got elected to the state house, and that's it. He's never prosecuted a crime in his life, and
Wow.
Miyares has been hammering that and saying, like, look, I'm a prosecutor. I was a line prosecutor before I was attorney general. Look at all these bad guys I put in jail. Look at these cases I did. Jay ain't done shit, and and that's what he's been running on, and Jay's been.
Is it working?
Yeah,
How you get the
Is
promotion?
he winning?
I think
Is he
it's very
leading in the
close.
polls?
It's very close, and like.
So how is it close if you have one person who has not the necessary experience and one who's already been doing the job? Why are they close?
The way that it's close, Virginia is a weird place where the top three statewide elected officials, governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, are not elected on a ticket. So you can, and we have ended up with, say, a Republican governor and a Democratic lieutenant governor, or Democratic AG and Republican, governor and LT.
Virginia.
And that can happen. So like Miyares is running in a state that's a very purple state where the Northern Virginia part, where all the money is and all the votes are, is very anti-Trump and likely to exercise that on anybody who is associated with the Republicans in general, even if he did an okay job, which I don't think he did, but a lot of people do. And so he has a better shot at beating Jones than, say, Sears has against Spanberger. Sears is a bad candidate. She's not able to raise any money. Spanberger's got tons of money and has been doing a relatively good job staying squeaky clean. I don't think anybody knows anything about the lieutenant governor race, to be honest. Ghazala Hashmi is running for the Democrats. The guy who's running for the Republicans, his name is John Reed. He got almost pushed out of the race by his own party, by Youngkin, early on when there wasn't even a primary. He hasn't raised any money either. So those two races, they're not necessarily a foregone conclusion, but it's likely that the Democrats are going to win them. In the meantime,
I think we're gonna start losing people.
Miyares has a chance.
Let me
ask you this. I want to ask everybody this. What is the Democrats' obsession with celebrities and famous people when it comes to their campaigning? It's like obsession.
Because
even the story that I just read, it was like at novelist home, David Baldacci. Like,
I would say to make up for lack of policies, especially I think they're trying to move towards less of the trans, less of the diversity stuff. I think they're moving away from that. So, but I wanted to add on.
Republicans have a hard time getting celebrities to endorse them because most people who are successful artists, comedians, musicians, etc. Don't get down with their white supremacy.
They did have Joe Rogan for a while.
Yada.
Yeah.
I think some people, especially people with money, are secret Republicans.
That's a little bit true.
Because I remember when I was a teenager and my dad, when Bush was president, and my dad was a Republican or voted Republican or was a Republican. And I used to be like, oh my God, Dad, how can you be? He was like, when you get older, you'll understand. And I got older and I understood.
I think it kind of fed off of
his point was it's not that you stick with one or the other no matter what. It's that you kind of just, for those who vote, you rock with the people who's in line with where you are in life. That's basically what it is. So even if it sounds great to give to all these good causes and stuff, you're gonna vote for the person who's gonna make you pay the least amount of taxes, less likely to send you to jail, less likely to impede your, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that,
Anyways,
what about speaking of that, Eleanor Holmes?
Gotta
So
go.
can
She need
somebody
to
please
stop.
sit her down,
Why ain't
please?
nobody? But see, this is my problem. Why ain't nobody say no, no, no?
I had somebody from DC try to go at me when I said, "Oh my God, she needs," and they were like, "How dare you disrespect?" I
No,
was like, "What?" I'm watching this
no.
lady get guided to the podium. She's like,
This
"Huh?
our
Where
problem.
are we?
This our problem. We don't know how to
What are
turn
we
that shit
doing?"
over. To give it to the people, man. Get it to the youngins, man. The youngins out here hungry for that. It's a bunch of youngins out here take that job and flourish in it.
that's
Donna
We
that.
need to rinse.
Brazil
We need to rinse
wrote
them all
wrote
out.
a major op-ed in the paper, saying that she had to go, and she was her chief of staff for a decade in the 90s, and
Hey,
that's really saying
she
something. She's got to go.
When
she's
did she
gotta
say this?
go.
When did Brazil write that op-ed?
Oh, this was like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it was about a month ago.
Oh, a month ago. Okay. Yeah,
Who,
they got
Donna Brazil?
Pinto. They got Pinto and what's the name? What's the Roberts? What's the dude's name?
Yeah, Pinto probably the odds
Running
on at the
for
moment.
congressman?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna try to take her spot, but I think that's true,
it's
right?
yes. Pinto said she's gonna run, but it's if you're somebody who remembers the Eleanor Holmes Norton of the 90s in particular, she was everything. I mean, she was the bull in a china shop in Gingrich's Congress. Here came the Republicans in with their stuff and they shut
Yeah.
down the government, and that's when they started with all their school choice and the vouchers and just started attacking the district as their personal plaything. And even though she didn't have a vote, she was the one to be the loudest on the committee. She was the one standing up for DC statehood. She was the one standing up for DC home rule. And she was an absolute like bomb thrower. And that is not who we see anymore. And it's painful. It's painful.
Politics need to transition people out. I don't believe
You
in
got to have an
career
age
That's
limit.
a.
Or
I think that that's
career
a that's a that's a
politicians.
Democrat problem because they always on who's next and who had the most tenure and all that shit, and the whole time they got one foot in the grave and the other foot on the banana peel. But we're
The
gonna.
oldest person in the Senate is Chuck Grassley, Republican of Iowa, and he's about 9,000 years old.
A lot of them need to go. Schumer need to go.
Yes,
Is Pelosi still there?
she is, but she's not in leadership anymore.
Doesn't matter. She needs to go.
She's ending after this one.
All the people that have been in there for over 15 years at minimum need to go. Not necessarily because they're too old as far as one foot in the grave, but because I believe that a proper republic should be run by people that are reflecting the people and the change of the times, not this power grab where we're just going to manage everything tone deaf to what the constituents actually want. That's why people don't vote. That's why people don't, but nobody, that's why so many people are like, this is not real.
If you could
It's
put
all
the thing you
a show. That's
just
why
said
people feel
on a
that way.
T-shirt or a bumper sticker, it would be the thing, right? That's absolutely the thing. It's just
What?
doesn't what you just said. If you could find a way to fit it on a T-shirt or a bumper sticker, that would be the thing. But it's a little bit too complicated and requires people to really, do their job of knowing any damn thing to really get involved. It's very, I mean, yeah, you hit the nail right on the head.
So we're going to take this to Maryland, where a man has been indicted on murder charges regarding the death of missing Maryland woman Miss Dakara Thompson. Rest in peace. A man was indicted on charges of murder and tampering with evidence in connection with her death. She was found dead days after she was reported missing. That's Dakara Thompson. Hugo Hernandez Mendez, 35 years old, is being held still without bail after he was accused of killing Thompson and throwing her body off a bridge in Anne Arundel County, according to court documents. He was found to be living in the U.S. illegally and is a Guatemalan national, according to Prince George's County Police. According to police, he had been arrested by U.S. Park Police for a DUI 5 months prior to Thompson's death, but was released. He was arrested by U.S. Park Police, which falls under the auspices of the federal government, said PG executive Aisha Braveboy. So the federal government arrested him in April of this year on a DUI charge. He was then released pending his trial.
Baby.
Well, cool.
Ice, ice, baby. Doom, 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 doom. Time to go. It's time to go. Better yet, no, 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 no. We keep him here. We keep him here.
Keep
We
who
want
here?
we want this Bama to do time here.
No, we don't. We got to pay for it.
Nah, cause if we send them off back home to Venezuela, they're gonna let this Bama roam
Be
Guatemala.
through.
right back over here.
Yeah, nah, keep this Bama here and let them get jumped by them boys. Let the boys deal with them.
Yeah, but don't and see that's the problem though. Nobody stands up for black women. Nobody's gonna do nothing. People be disrespecting black women left and right, and nobody does anything. They just let them walk comfortably down the
Well,
street.
didn't we just see a scene where Bama tried to defend a black woman and got shot, lost his life?
So that's it. That's it then.
What else?
I mean, did
No,
I mean, I'm just saying.
obviously
Like, what
not.
do you want me to say to that? Like,
No, he's just making a point that at least somebody
That's
tried
not a-
once. But yes,
no, he's saying the reason why men are not standing up for black women is because of that one person who got shot. And I'm like,
No.
no.
No. It's more. There's multiple cases of stuff like that happening. Obama getting into a knife fight with Obama because the
I
girl
mean,
was getting pummeled by
that's
her
what
man, and
happens
he was
when you
like, "Hey,
say
nah, man, don't do that." Now he
That's
stabbed
what
dude,
happens.
man.
That's what
And
you're
then she
doing.
back with the
You're putting
Bama.
your
She back with the
safety
homie
on
with the knife.
line.
Like, what am I doing this shit for?
Other cultures don't have a problem doing it. It's only black women that
What
get
am I
left
getting
out.
stabbed up,
You
and she
don't
going
hear
right
you
back
don't
to
hear white
Pookie?
men saying that. You don't hear Indian men saying that. You don't hear Latino men saying that. You don't hear
I
none
guess
of this.
because we don't speak their language. We don't speak their language. They probably be like, oh, they can do that. Yep, the
all right.
same
Before
shit
this
that I
takes
just
an
said.
even a worse turn in terms of disrespecting whole groups of other people. I think that the stats are fairly clear that generally speaking, women around the world, whether it's in the United States or in other places, are poorly treated by men in general. And
Black women are treated the worst in the world. That's a fact.
and
Not opinion.
there's like epidemics of Native American women who go missing
We're
and they're
worse than them.
abused, and there's all
Worse than
this
them.
rape culture in South Asia and all of these.
Worse
I
than
mean,
them.
it's all just terrible. So men
Yeah.
need to not be so shitty. I think that I mean that's I don't know how else to put that. Don't be a shithead. Have some
Yeah.
respect.
Well, does anybody want to say anything about Dakara Thompson, the story? Has anybody heard any other information? I remember that when we dropped this story, the fellas, I was not here actually for that, thank God. The fellas made some comments about how I think there was something like what was on the phone, or if you can apparently you can type in a phone number. And what was the thing? Cool.
Like I said before, I'm not giving out that type of
Oh,
information
information.
because I
Oh
ain't
yeah,
trying to.
them
I
niggas
ain't
started
taking
back up
nobody
again.
pockets away. I don't want to take nobody pockets away. But and I, what's funny is I for shits and giggles, I just do the test just cause, and it works every time. And I'm not saying a damn thing. I'm
Tell
not
Mike.
saying
Tell Mike.
nothing. No more. I'm not gonna
Tell Mike.
bother. I
Tell
just
Mike what's it
know.
about.
I just know that the Bama the Bama at 2 o'clock in the morning, he did some reckless ass shit, and he should be purged for that. He should be punished for that. Jump his ass in the cell. Stab him up a couple times, but don't kill him. Let him bleed
Oh, okay.
slowly. That's the
See, now
justice
that's
for
why
the.
Cool can't run for anything.
Yeah, see,
That's-
yeah, I'm a go for the death penalty. Yeah, man, kill his ass. Just kill him.
Yeah, Mr. Cool. We seen your comments online. They're
Yeah,
gonna
just
call
kill
you
him.
two knife Kevin Cool, Kenneth
Kill him.
Cool knife, whatever. KKK. All right,
Killer.
guys. Mike, thank you for joining
Right over my
DMV
head.
News. Tell the people they can reach you, bro.
You can check out the show every Thursday night at 9:30 on Beltway Radio and beyond, and now back on Ripped Radio Network if you want to check them out. So we're on 2 platforms live every Thursday night at 9:30, and you can find me on Instagram or the Facebooks at Rip Chipchat, and you can find us on Twitter at ChipchatRR.
Cool.
Boom bap original rap. Yeah. Hey, Explicit Intelligence on YouTube, man. See me there.
Send them your address, your IP
Nah,
address if they want to come
none
at
of
you.
that. None of that shit. Just put this in the search,
No.
Explicit Intelligence.
Okay.
And there you have it.
All right. And what
Well,
about
I'll
the
be regularly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and the fundraisers from the Go-Go Museum? Let them know where they can reach you at. Lesnar, your address.
Oh,
they wanna send you a what's the thing? A Mazel Tov? What's it called?
Muffin
Cocktail?
basket.
dang, don't do that.
Mazel
They
tov
do it too.
cocktail. Good.
Why would you even speak that into existence? See what I mean? Mike, this is what I'm talking about. Black women worship
He
Jesus.
said flowers.com. He
the
say
planet.
flowers.com.
Hey, they
Your
did
own
that to
co-host.
Malcolm X.
Your own
But
co-host.
Buy
Tell
her
the people-
coffee. Don't they got that link? Buyhercoffee.com. Do
Somehow
that.
you managed to throw my people under the bus while you made that joke.
Buy her coffee.
Oh, Lord.
We don't want
Should
to
have
do
sent her a cash app or
Let's be La
something.
BC. Just Google me. It's right there. Everything will come up.
All right, guys. This is DMV News. I'm your host, B Moore, aka Princess Amunda. Stay black and stay safe in these DMV streets.